Greetings! Welcome to the 1.0 devlog for hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. We've got a very special sound check to start this one off. Greetings! Welcome to the devlog for hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. We're going to start, as always, with a quick sound check. Make sure your speakers aren't up too high. Wonderful. I have been meaning to do that for so long, and I'm glad that I saved it for this moment. So what have we got for you this week? Well, we've got a few final little toys for you folks. You got a new game planner tool from Nathan. I've got an absolutely zany gun from Stefan. We have got the final encryption redo for our final boss encryption, the refractive encryption, and a brand new scene for you with a whole bunch of special stuff with it. So let's go from small to large here. If you'll bear with me, it'll be worth the wait. So, real quick, we have another game planner tool to go with us. I showed you a while back our SOSIG spawn point for those of you who want to make gameplay sequences and various sorts of things. This allows you to sort of set up single places that SOSIGs can spawn and fight their way to. But a number of people have asked for something that is akin to our one-on-one team fight that is down there in the proving ground. Just a really simple way to just set up and configure multi-faction stuff that doesn't need one of the sort of like fairly expensive to draw complex panels. And so I present to you, this is the SOSIG squad spawner. So if I just pull this out here, yonk, put it down there, we'll grab pointer here, and we'll grab our SOSIG spawning, oh nope, not our SOSIG spawning panel, brain fart, object info panel. We can take a look at it here. So this basically allows you to do a number of things. We can set a whole bunch of the stuff that you'd be able to set on one of those panels, but internal to here. We can set the IFF that we want SOSIGs to spawn in. We can set the, let's reset the point there. Beautiful. We can set the area that we want our SOSIG team to spawn in. We can set a spawn radius, so you can either have them all spawn right on that point, or you can actually make them spawn in an area dynamically around it. We can then also determine where we want that team to fight towards. So let's say we are creating, a team versus team fight in one scene and wanted some SOSIGs to start there and then work their way all the way over here. We could set their assault center over there. Man, these widgets that Nathan made are so incredible. We can set respawn time, how many max SOSIGs can exist, and then the interval. Let's take our setup here. We have up to 4 templates that we can set as part of this squad. So here, I could just go in here and do shot dogs and be like, all right, I want an officer for one. I want a heavy for one. That sounds good. Let's grab another. Let's go sniper for one. And then spec ops. Perfect. So I got my squad there. Cool. That's our signals device options, physical object, etc. Beautiful. And so now all we have to do is we need to set up something to enable this. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab a switch over here. You could rig this up to anything. So you could have it be once the player entered an area, or honestly any of our inputs that has an output. But I'll keep it real simple. We'll do this. Let's flip this on. Beautiful. So now this team will start auto respawning. Not the best path, fellas. These floating physics objects. Yep, don't edit the nav mesh. This is perfect. This is everything you want in a demo of how this works. This is everything I could have asked for. Perfect. Cool. And they will now assault down to that hallway. Obviously, there's no enemies here for them to fight, so they'll just make their way down that hallway and be very confused, which I think is perfect. So that's how that works. We could set up 2 if we wanted, have teams fighting against each other. As I said, the whole point of this is to be able to bring easy team fighting in any sort of configurable circumstance that you want for custom scenarios. So now that it's been knocked onto the ground unceremoniously, let's take a look at a ridiculous weapon that I had Stefan make for us for our 1.0 in the style of a whole bunch of the garage weapons that he has done for us in the past. I give you the Grocket Launcher, the garage rocket launcher firing 67 millimeter garage rockets. We've got 3 different kinds. We've got an HE rocket here, which has sort of like a 3D printed vibe to its body. Do 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 do. Oh, wonderful. Oh, the physics in this game are just an absolute delight. And that should cause this team to start respawning any second now. Any second now. It'd be hilarious if this was bugged. Let's oh wait, the lever got turned off by the SO6 colliding with it. Perfect. And there they go again. And let's just got 5 of them. Wonderful. Do 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 do. Thank you for being our 1.0 volunteers. Kablamo. Wonderful. The second one, let's set their assault point differently here. Let's go back to this. Assault center reset.
What's going on over here?
There we go.
What's that?
Over here. Over here. Go over there. They haven't gotten the memo yet. Oh, there we go. Come on. Come on. Not over there. Over there. Okay, this one got the memo.
Let's check this out.
They're still convinced something's over there. Come on. Come on. We have a demo to do. Come on. You're wasting the fine folks' time. I love my SO6s. There we go. And then we've got another rocket type that I give you the Tesla rocket. Or rather the garage Tesla rocket. We've got a whole bunch of batteries. A coil that they're discharging into. And some explosive. And let's see here. Done. There we go. This is sort of a lightning rocket. Oh, probably couldn't see that very well. I'll fire it into the ceiling here. And wonderful. This arcs to basically anything, any agents nearby, and if there aren't agents nearby, well, even if there are, it also can arc to you. So don't be too close to this when it goes off. Oh! Whew! Took 1,300 damage myself right there. Gotta be more careful. Let's stand back a little more. Wonderful. So much fun. This technically makes it one of the only true sort of seeking weapons in the game, in that it is actually doing a sort of a conductivity test, similar to the Transformers in Institution. Zammo. It's got a very wide detection radius to it. I think it's about 15 meters. Wonderful. Yeah, let's just spawn a couple blank ones here. Oh, God! Wonderful. They're helping! Oh, that was a terrible shot. There we go. All right, let's turn our spawning off. That is enough of that. Well, let's get rid of the last ones here. There we go. Wonderful. And now for the third rocket, we need a more appropriate scene. What with it being about to be 4th of July, there is no way that I could let this pass without doing something appropriately festive. And so I give you the third ammo type, which we'll view in the light here. I give you Starburst, which is a whole bunch of fireworks that have been duct taped together. This is a bit of a fragmenting warhead. You're going to see it go off and then actually split into all of these separate fireworks in the sky. So here we go. Starburst! Wonderful. I love that. Love the way that looks in the air. Which, of course, this then makes this absolutely the most insane of the firework rounds to fire out of a remote gun. In fact, you know what? I can't just say that and not do it. Where is... this is under widgets? Yeah, remote gun. Here we go. Let's see here. Toggle breach. There we go. So here, and then let's spam fire this. Wonderful. And VR magical. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. All right, one more thing before we get to our new scene. Let's take a look at the new thing that those of you who play Taking Hold will love to hate. I've given myself an appropriately late game Taking Hold weapon for this, as this thing can be pretty nasty. I'm a little out of practice too. So this is the new version of the Refractive encryption. Let's see if it starts shooting at me immediately. Okay, it is not. We're not aligned with it. So... just for some background, in the prior version of the Refractive encryption, the idea had been to create a big multi-hit boss that was going to actually shoot back at you, that was going to force you to move around, use cover, etc. I made this teleportation mechanic for it, and no matter how I balanced it, because it was all based around one big hitbox, what would happen is the people who were very good at the game would just take several power-ups and unload 2 shotguns into it, kill it in like a second and a half, and I was like, okay, I guess. So consider this punishment for figuring it out like that. So the idea is that this is a several phase multi-hit target. Each time we strike the center, whoo, it rotates towards us like the polymorphic and discharges some bullets. So, wow, hip firing is not effective. Then we get a second phase of it, a little smaller. These become a little easier to destroy, but its radius that it will shoot at me slightly increases. You want to time your shots basically for when its center line is obstructed. Oh goodness. And then you basically get nearly continuous fire on it. And of course, I'm going to cheese it with cover a bit. Oh, goodness. It's still going to manage to hit me in the face. Oh, I'm almost dead. Oh, it got me. Perfect. Thought I was going to get those last 2. Only needs 1 more. Kablamo. So there you have it. There's your new Refractive encryption. I look forward to seeing the way that the competitive kids still find to kill it in like 8 seconds, and then I'll probably give it 1 more iteration. Whew. All right, now that we have worked up a sweat, let's go check out our big new celebratory scene. Welcome to the barbecue range. That's right, I wanted to do another outdoor sandbox with a little bit of a twist. In fact, because of the fact that we've had 10 years of H3VR, and because it's about to be the 4th of July, I wanted to create something that felt a little bit like a party for you and the Sosigs. And so, this functions similar to the qualification range, except instead of just having one activity, which is shooting, we've got a bunch. We've got some dynamic behaviors, such as these cute little Sosicars that show up. And he's so cute. Stefan did just such a great job with those. That drop off new Sosigs.
Should have paid more attention in beat school.
You really should have. And then there's a bunch of different activities that Sosigs can get up to in this scene. So you can see that 2 of them up there have found themselves some Roman candles and are setting them off. And as we get more that arrive, we'll see what else they're doing. Ooh, we've already got someone down here plinking. We've got a whole shooting range down here. And this is configurable just like the rest of them. I'm giving you a nice pre-configured set of targets, but you can set these up however you want and save it as usual. What's super cool about this system, unlike the qualification range, which was just fixed state targets, is that this activity that the SOSIGs take part in actually scans the entire field for valid targets, and you know, anything that I've laid out or that you lay out that is shootable, the SOSIGs might take a plink at. So let's pull out a celebratory 1911. We're gonna suppress it just because you'll notice that I've only given them suppressed weapons just so that it gets a little less cacophonous in this scene, while we have a whole bunch of SOSIG shooting away. All right. For old time's sake.
I need to reload.
Oh, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Oh! Very nice. You'll notice that the steel hit sounds are a little quieter in here. There's a new scene settings that I'm going to expose in the options, which basically lowers the volume of all of the steel target hits if you'd like to have a slightly less shrill experience, especially with a bunch of SOSIGs here shooting away at the steel. Well, I think we got some more doing that. Let's see if the SOSIGs have gotten up to any more of our activity. That one is going hunting, and we'll go hunting in a bit as well. Let's see here. Ooh, there we go. These two are playing horseshoes. Let's see how they do. Come on. Huh. Swing and a miss. Not even close. Oh! Hit the wrong thing.
Please stop putting every sandwich on a brioche roll.
They're
Ridiculous, okay?
They're terrible at this too. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's another activity here that none of them are enjoying themselves yet, but we'll have to wait and see. Where are you going? You going hunting? Yeah, you look like you might be going hunting. Where are you going? I really got to put these chairs somewhere else. They don't carve the nav mesh, so they just...
I can't believe that whole uncured meat thing is just a labeling scam.
Let's see here. Where are you going? Come on. Do that one. Do that one. I believe in you. Are we just wandering? Oh, we're just chilling. Home sweet home. Yep.
Really
also have Gary the Lawn Wiener is with us as well. All right, let's get ourselves set up to do a little bit of hunting, especially as we know there's a SOSIG out there that is hunting as well. Let's get ourselves properly set up. Let's get a bolt action. What do we want? What do we want? Let's go with a classic. I haven't pulled out the old Seiko from 100 million years ago. I think this was the first bolt action that I ever put in the game. Still looks great. Let's have to walk a little non-safely relative to this range, but I trust the SOSIGs. I trust that they won't shoot us. Oh, I hear some shooting over there. I think one of our hunters might have found some quarry. Might be like, but Anton, how can there be hunting in the game? Didn't you say that there's no animals left in this universe? It's just hot dog people. It'd be so weird to have animals. The fact that it's just sitting there means something is bugged. Wouldn't be a devlog without a bug, but it's actually convenient in this case. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a bison SOSIG. Just look at him. Poor little fella out here all naked and confused. Let's see if we can find another one that is... Oh, Looks like it took out that one too. That's weird. These should be self-deleting, and they're not for some reason. We'll have to, something has clearly errored in my little sequencer. Let's see if we can't find, oh, is that one there? Oh, there's another one frolicking all the way over there. Whew, let's take a quick jog over. I recorded some special lines for these, so we're gonna go up close and scare them so we can hear one. Boo!
Definitely don't think the vegans will like this one.
Nope, no, I really don't think they will. Ha! Ha! Come on, play another line for me, Sosig.
Ugh.
Ah, we'll spare you. Head pats for you. Come on, say something funny. Say something funny.
Jinkies.
That doesn't count. Ah, we'll leave that one alone. There we go. It roared for us. Seems like we're just getting the bison ones. I know. I swear, I made more than one of these.
You know, I'm actually kind of good at this.
You really are, buddy. You really are. Do. Oh, yeah, we got another one down here. Oh, looks like we've got a deer, Sosig. What's up, buddy? Hi.
My skin isn't even useful for anything.
It really isn't. I had too much fun making these. So yeah, for those of you who'd like to trek through a little forest scene and hunt some Sosigs, there you go. Folks wanted hunting. They did not specify hunting what. So after all these years, there you go. Let's check in and see how much our party has grown. We got... I'm not going to be shooting at him. Just so you don't think. We got some folks there. We got some folks setting off some Roman candles. I don't see another car coming to drop off, so the party's probably at capacity. Well, aren't you a dapper one? Oh, poot. No one's over here doing it. There's one or two other little activities that are in here. I guess you'll just have to see them once you play the scene for yourself.
Curious. No one told me what I'm supposed to be doing here exactly.
I mean, that's kind of the opposite. I have explicitly told you what you should be doing, and you're not doing it. So. So, yeah. I hope you enjoy this little hangout scene that I have built for y'all to hang out with our ridiculous Sosigs and celebrate the 4th of July wherever you are in the world. You still throwing horseshoes? Up.
That's me, bringing home the bacon.
Let's see. Oh, let's see if we can.
Like hot dogs.
See if we can get one ourselves. First try. Oh yeah. Denied. Wonderful. Any hoozles, let's go ahead and jump out of VR. There are a couple little things to talk about in terms of update timing. We've got a hot or not dog, and I just want to say something else. Well, hello there. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the new scene. The other stuff that is coming in this build, in addition to, you know, the fact that we're finally moving after like a year, all of the stuff that has been in experimental builds throughout Update 120 onto the main branch, is that I've got two other important things. On the small-ish end, there's been a whole bunch of back-end changes related to data types. We've been collating requests from folks who want to build custom take and hold characters. We have tried to just implement like the largest batch of the best ideas in there. Check the API notes in the changelog if that interests you, if you're the sort that loves making that type of content. And then on the big end, we finally have achievements. That's right, there's over 30 of them. In the past couple days, we went through and did the scary thing, which was going around and adding a whole bunch of code all across the game to track and do that. It appears to all work. Funnily enough, none of us actually had a save game with like a couple of the modes like near completion but not complete to be able to test them. I do plan to add sometime in the next couple weeks a little thing to the options panel that scans your existing save game. There's a couple modes basically that saved the state that you beat them into your save game, and right now it doesn't automatically read those. It only gives you the achievement when you actually do that given thing. I will, for the few of you who are just like, I'm not going to replay that, but I want my darn Steam achievement, I am going to add a little thing in the options panel that will allow you to do that, but I didn't have enough time to get that done for today. So that'll come in a patch sometime in the coming weeks. So yeah, let's jump on over real quick. So in terms of update timing, this update won't be live at, in an hour as it usually is at 7 p.m. PST. It'll be live later tonight. So keep an eye on the Discord. I will send out an announcement when it is ready. I just got to get a last few couple glitches in the barbecue range fixed with a few of those activities. And then it'll be good to go. All right. Now it's time for another edition of Hot Dog or Not Dog. I got this absolutely wonderful letter and package in the mail from Gabriel, all the way from Iceland, who has given me the detailed instructions on how to construct an Icelandic hot dog and sent a number of toppings with it. We have some fried onions, which, trust me, these are going to go to use. We have remoulade of some kind. Truth be told, I don't recognize the coloration and I cannot read the ingredients, so I'm just going to trust that this is good. And a mustard that came in this absolutely delightful bottle. I don't know what kind of mustard. It smells like a sweet mustard. So very exciting. So here you can see me assembling the dog. I was given instructions to put ketchup of my choice and the fried onions down first, then the dog, then our mustard and remoulade. So here we go. This is our hot dog or not dog, Icelandic hot dog. I'm going to pick up a few of these fried onions that didn't quite land on it. Get that all lined up. I'm going to go ahead and get a paper towel, as I'm sure that I'm going to get some of this in my mustache. Here we go. Hot dog or not dog. Icelandic hot dog. This looks great. Oh man. That's a great combo. Can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think I want even a little more fried onion on that for the crunch. Gonna sprinkle that on. Yeah. There we go. Bite number 2. That is a hot dog. That's fantastic. I would do this combination of toppings anytime. I'm so glad. I had high hopes of this looking at it, but legitimately even better than I was expecting. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, Gabriel, for the wonderful hot dog toppings all the way from the other side of the world. Yeah, this is I'm glad these containers of toppings are as large as they are, because I have enough to make quite a number more hot dogs in this style. So I'm so happy that our final hot dog or not dog of the early access period of H3VR 1 ends with an absolute banger of a hot dog. Wonderful. So yeah. So with that out of the way, it's about time to wrap this up. I was originally going to do, I don't know, something, try to sort of sum this all up in words, in some sort of cumulative way. But the reality is that while this is the end of one chapter of the H3VR project, writ large. There is another chapter already fully in flight, which is our sequel. And there is the next chapter of this very game. It's H3VR is not going away. If anything, the whole purpose of coming to a 1.0 at all as a big event was to try to solidify the core of the game's code base in a way that mod folk can build very complex things on top of it. And I'm not going to be like, hey guys, I decided to change everything about how the SOSIGs work, or I completely changed magazine interactions, or what have you. And for us to track the changes we make to the code base in more detail going forward to make it easier for folks to keep long-term compatibility. There's still a bunch of stuff that I didn't quite get to for this 1.0 release that you should still expect even just in the next couple weeks, which is that I still need to add in the Steam frame detection for that, detecting that someone is attempting to run the game natively and turning all the quality settings as low as possible, adding in Steam frame controllers. I still owe a couple of you PSVR 2 folks, the 6 of you who are out there, your controller models. I wanted to get in a credit scene, and I didn't get that in, but I absolutely owe that to everyone who's contributed to this project over the past decade. So yeah, it's to say that while the primary development of H3VR 1 is complete, there's still plenty of bugs to fix. We've just added a bunch of content tools in. We're going to be continuing to just slowly monkey wrench away on it through series of patches. They just won't necessarily be at some sort of regular and predictable cadence. It'll be when we end up fitting it in and when it's appropriate. So it might be very short periods of time when it's something small. It might be longer periods of time if we're like, oh no, that whole system was actually broken, sort of things. But we're going to keep this creaky old girl running for as long as we can, as long as Valve continues to update and maintain Steam VR is my goal. So this will always be, my baby, even though so many people's, creative energy and thought and contributions have gone into this over the years. It's one of those things, you see my face all the time. And so lots of people are under the misapprehension that this is a solo work, and it's the opposite of it. Part of the whole reason that I want to get the credit scene in is that I have kept the best records I possibly could of even the account names of every asset that I have purchased off of various stores over the past decade. And it's a very long list. And I would like to put that in as well, because in video games, outside of the weirdest edge cases, there's no such thing as a solo project. We're always building on the work of others. We have credited and uncredited collaborators and other people in our creative community who we bounce ideas off of, spouses, best friends, etc. And so, yeah, this is and has always been a messy work, even though I've been the one with my face up front of you and the one in the code base the whole time. I just wanted to take the moment as we come to this culminating moment of 1.0 to thank absolutely everyone who has made this possible. This has been a long enough period of time that, this project goes past the horizon of my own sharp memory. And it makes it challenging to even, I necessarily no longer have a complete field view of it. It's this living thing. It is a thing that happened. So a ridiculous and meaty thing that happened. And so I hope you enjoy this 1.0 update. I hope you continue to enjoy the game as well as our upcoming work. We will still be here just as ridiculously overcommitted to VR as we always have. I wish you all a happy, healthy, and safe holiday weekend. As I heard once, driving across the country on a past 4th of July many years ago, make sure to keep all your fingers. And I will see you all in another video on this same channel very soon. Peace.